My name is Ahmed Abdi. I'm a water expert. In the past 15 years within Garissa town and its environs, and I'm well focused with the current situation and what the people of Garissa town are undergoing. This information is very important. You will not found anywhere. It's from my point of experience, and I want to share with you. Kindly, you're welcome. Garissa Water and Sewerage Company is a private company owned locally here in Garissa town, and it comes under the Northern Water Service Board and Water Service Regulatory Board for license. We normally sign an SPA, what's called a Service Performance Agreement, which lasts for a period of 5 years. Through this agreement, that is where is enshrined the rules and regulation, the mandates, and what the company can do. The Garissa Water and Sewerage Company, their core mandate is supply of water. Understand this. The mandate of Garissa Water and Sewerage Company is only to supply treated water. We have no any mandate in terms of infrastructure development. We have no any mandate in terms of rehabilitation and maintenance. Our work is to treat and supply the water. Where there is a big damages in a bigger diameter network, we normally consult Northern Water Service Board to do that job. But in this case, nothing has been done, and it was left at the coffers of the company to do all the job. For instance, I'll take you through what's happening in the challenges we have in our production. Water production is very important. If your production is less, then you have nothing to supply to the people of Garissa County. The design capacity scheme for Garissa Water and Sewerage Company, which covers within Garissa urban supply, is about 25,000 meter cubic a day. That is 25 million liters a day to the people of Garissa Township and its neighbors. What happens here, because of some technical problem where I refer this as a design, poor design in terms of infrastructure from the construction date, it happened that at our intake, that is next to the Tana Bridge, where we have our intake production, we have only the mandate to produce 15,400 cubic of raw water. This water is not treated, it's a raw water. After you treat, you're going to lose almost another 5,000 meter cubic to get a treated water. What happens at intake, we normally lose half of our production. That is about 7,000 meter cubic a day we normally lose at the production point due to overflow. What happens? The basins normally get overflow because of uncalibrated water pumps. The pumps that are supposed to transport this water for almost a length of 3 kilometers of a raw service line is in a low diameter. So the discharge from the basins and the service line will not compel each other. That's why it happens that we have an overflow at the intake. At this point itself at intake, we are losing 7 million liters every day. And this information, it's very difficult, and you cannot share with anyone. You cannot share with the managing director, cannot come and sit and tell somebody this is how we are losing, and this is what's happening. So it's very important for the people of Garissa to be very keen on what's happening. Every stage, they are losing their water. At the treatment point, we have also transmission network. Within the transmission network, we also lose almost another 2,000 meter cubic every day. Within the transmission network, that runs almost 3 kilometers from the river up to the treatment works, somewhere Sokongombe. That's in between, we are almost losing another 2,000 to almost 3,000 meter cubic a day. We are coming back within the unrehabilitated water system for a period more than 15 years. After the treatment process is done, normally water goes through the water filters before it goes to the clear sump, which is a big storage tank, almost 6 million liters thrice a day it can supply. What's happened? Because of high turbidity during the rainy seasons, and Garissa is located geographically in the lower point of River Tana, the turbidity is very high, causing the clogging of the water filters that was not maintained on routine operation. As a result, the filters clog and the water overflows at the filtering point before reaching the clear sump. The major problem that the people are also facing, it is a storage tank that is serving this town. Those storage tanks, once being condemned by Mother Karua when she was waziri for Maji during the reforms, that the storage tank that serves Garissa town has no any outlet. Imagine a storage tank that you're storing your water, and when you want to wash, you don't have anywhere to pass the water. So in the past 15 years in service, mud and clog normally pile up, and it's almost now the storage tank has a capacity of 3,500 to produce on daily basis, unlike the 6,000 cubic, which was equivalent to 6 million liters. Today, it has only the allowance for 3,500. The rest is full of mud. How do you expect to clean this? Will Garissa people stay for water for more than 1 year for cleaning? Because it's a whole plant that you're supposed to redesign again. And you have to come up with all those blueprints of doing that work. Now, the Garissa town is suffering due to lack of water storage facilities. Garissa town is suffering because of loss of water. We call this in the water term non-revenue water or unaccounted for water. This is water produced, treated, but did not bring any revenue. You cannot account for it because of overflow of tanks, bursts and leakages. Mention them: illegal connections, meter stacked, water theft, and on water bypasses. All this attracts on different avenues in non-revenue water. Their component for non-revenue water, we have the physical component, which is more of a technical that you can see, and we have the commercial component, where it comes the water loss through the commercial aspect. On theft, illegal connection, corruption, mention them. All those means you know how water is lost. Now, we are served under supply, and we, through the help of the county governments and non-governmental organizations within the region, we opted to get a donor support. By doing this, we opted for a quick relief, but not a long term. By drilling boreholes, shallow wells, actually not boreholes, let me refer it to a shallow wells along the riverine in River Tana. What happens in the shallow wells? The cost of production is very high. You either use electricity or you use diesel. And normally when the river levels go down, also the water level at the borehole section, they normally go down. So your production will be very less, yet you're consuming a lot of energy and no supply. So as a result, this is the current situation where Garissa County, Garissa Township and its environs, as well the entire county is facing. It's the same crisis we have. So we expect the government of MZUNGU, the governor, to be for Garissa County, so that he has to put a lot of focus on matters concerning of water. Water is life. Water is a human right. Water is a constitutional right for every Kenyan. It's not a story of tupeleke maji hapo, ama tufanye hapo, ama do that. Because we have witnessed through the last session and the other session of the devolution that politicians having problem when it comes to water. Their main agenda campaign becomes nitawaletea maji, I'll change this, I'll do that. That kindly vote for me. If you vote me, I'll do that and that. What happens? Through a dubious means, people normally go and tap a dry service line to another dry service line to make sure that when you calculate the length of kilometer and everything, it's intact by audit. But there's no water supply there because everything you are tapping was totally dry. When you're doing that, you're also giving the company a burden to face the people with no water. Because you are telling this is the cost we spend in water. We give Gawasco this or we did this. But at the end of the day, we have nothing for people to tell. We have water to give. We have no even water boozers to give. Because I remember part of the money from the World Bank we used to procure for water boozers. But today we cannot account for the water boozers. There's no water boozers under Gawasco. The water boozers work in sub-counties and the county office Department of Water. To add on that, we have to change once and for all, because we cannot change the issue of water overnight. We have the long term and the short term. In order to bring back the production back to normalcy, we're supposed to stop the river going back to the water going back to River Tana at the intake point. We're supposed to purchase a new pumps that have uniform output when it comes to production. We're supposed to synchronize all our pumps and also increase another 3 kilometer network of the Oro water service diameter so that we can use almost 4 pumps at once to add up our production from deficit of, we are now almost deficit of 23 more cubic, because you're almost losing half of our production. So for us to reach the maximum required amount for water, that is 30 million liters, we're supposed to reduce by reducing the water loss so that we add the number of production in terms of volumes. Equally, we repair all those bursts and leakages. We stop the overflow of water tanks through installation and repair of water valves. We also repair the control valves, those have leakages, because I know they stayed there for more than 30 to 50 years, some of them. Additional thing to add on this town is full of resources. If you go there outside, there are potential customers who are already there, who want money, and who are ready to pay for the service. And if you go around the town, they are old plants, some of them not operational in the past 40 years, before we were born. At Jamhuri Club, we have an idle plant with a capacity of 6 million liters per day. At the Garissa Urban Water Supply, that is opposite the military camp, we have the second plant for Garissa, which serves almost 13 million liters a day. If we bring back, we revive the 13 million liters and we add up the other 6 million liters, we have enough water to supply to the people of Garissa Township and its environs. Through this, I believe in the first 6 months of the government of MZUNGU, we can attain this, and I assure you it's practical and nothing is here theoretically. To add on this, the issue of non-payment of water bills to the people of Garissa Township. Water is our responsibility. It's not only the responsibility and the mandate of the county government. It is a collective responsibility across all the people within Garissa Township and its environs. Kindly, I urge you all to cooperate well, because you know that currently we are facing a time that is not normal. It's electioneering period, and people have different ideological differences, and others having second thought in mind that that's not good for the people of Garissa. I urge you that let's maintain peace, love, and unity in this electioneering period. Thank you.